Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Hold on, I had to clear my throat for a second. But how is everybody doing? Happy New Year! If this is your first time back with me since I've been back on vacation, I shared a story time yesterday. If you missed it, please go check it out. It's called New Year's Eve in Las Vegas. It's a story time. It's about 30-40 minutes. But you can also check out all the pictures on Instagram, Kiss My Cheeks TV. I had a really good New Year's, and I hope you all brought in the New Year's in a fun way as well. It's time for Weekend in Reality. You know we're about to go over all them shows. I know y'all know I lied again. I didn't do Weekend in Reality before I went on vacation like I promised. I was kind of bored with the episodes, and I was bored with them this week. At least BelleCollective is over. I know I got Huntsville up here first, but I should have started with BelleCollective. But let's get Huntsville out the way because I probably got the least to say about Huntsville. And then we'll get into BelleCollective and who all quit and what they're going to do for season 6. And we'll wrap it up with Potomac and who should quit over there. So if they should even get another season. I'm so tired of Potomac. Let's put this phone on Do Not Disturb and let's get started. Okay. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Before I went on vacation, it was too much Martell. This week, it was too much Nell and Chris Fletcher. Like, I have no care or concern about Nell and Chris being mentors, who they mentor, why they mentor, when they ain't got their own ish together. The episode opens with Nell and Chris eating pizza, and Nell wants to know what's up with this phone call with the gym. You setting up Martell with your cousin, your so-called cousin, whatever. One thing I learned about Chris Fletcher and Trish, whatever her last name is, they're both liars, and it runs in the family because they both lie the same kind of way. They both lie the same kind of way where they just mistell the story. Every time you ask them a question, they give you a different version of the story. And I don't understand why people that they're talking to don't call them out on it. Because like Kamisha mentioned, you all know I do a Love and Marriage Huntsville panel on Sundays at noon on Kamisha Reviews. On the panel, they mentioned the first time Chris said he only knew her first name. And then I recalled another time when Chris was like, he described who she was, but he didn't even know her. He didn't know her name at all. And now this week, when he telling Nell the same story again, he said, yeah, he answered the phone, but he only knew her last name. Ma'am, Nell, I'm going to tell you this, but I'm sure you already know. Your husband cheats just like the rest of them. It was already admitted that y'all overcame infidelity, and that's cool. Sometimes cheating ain't a deal breaker for some people, and sometimes people could cheat once and never cheat again. And, you know, they get so scared of losing their family that they whip themselves together. I don't think that's the case for your husband. I feel like all those men are friends because they all like to cheat together. They all like to call, hey man, any hotties down at the gym? Should I roll through that gym? Or I might was thinking about the gym up the street. Who all up there? And your husband tells like, it's some baddies up in here. My cousin, you know, come on down here and holler at her. Because it's no way. I am not a social media investigator. I know some of the maybe millennials, Gen Zs are more into social media investigation than me. But I ain't never found nobody on social media via their last name, and I don't even know their first name. That was like clearly a lie from the beginning. Now, some of y'all might can. If you can, tell me. I've always had to have a first and last name and at least know what they look like to be like, that kind of look like them. Let me click on it. I don't know. But I ain't never heard of nobody describing how somebody looks, only knowing their last name. And then bam, 10 seconds later, Martell done found her on social media and inviting her over to the house to Netflix and chill. I believe you hooked them up. I believe they did a lot more than Netflix and chilling, but whatever. I don't care. Them people are divorced. It's to me, it says a lot about Trisha's character. It says a lot about Ken's character. It to me, and I ain't judging. Do whatever you want to do, live your life. But it does say it. I'm gonna look at you a certain way if you content with dating married people and that's your jam. I'm just gonna be like, okay. All right, Marceau has a crush on Mel. We've been saying that since season 1. But anyway, now mentor your family, mentor your husband, get your relationship and your children in order before you get out in these streets trying to mentor and get somebody else's family in order. That's all I'm gonna say about it, because I definitely fast forward at the end of the episode. I don't care about her crying to Mel about you said I wasn't your mentor. I wouldn't want to claim you as a mentor either. Look at the mess you got going on. Anyway, moving forward. I'm just gonna talk about the key parts that I recall. Let's get Mel and Maurice out the way. That was just the ish show. I'm trying not to curse. It ain't been 10 minutes and I want to curse so bad. That was an ish show. The one thing I learned about Mel and Martell is that none of these, in Maurice, that scene with Mel and Maurice, none of these people are really friends. They only come together when the cameras are rolling. Melody says she hadn't talked to these people in years. She blocks all the females on the cast. That's reality TV culture. A lot of times the ladies aren't really real life friends, but they, communicate to each other when it's time for filming. But this show was created around 3 couples who had businesses at some point together, that comeback group, Schultz, various different projects where I assume these people are really friends. And it just seems sad to me that a reality TV show tore all the friendships apart. And it wasn't as, I'm not going to really blame it on the show. I think a lot of it is the show, because I feel like y'all would still be in Huntsville doing the same thing y'all had been doing, letting y'all husbands cheat in peace if it wasn't blasted on television and y'all didn't feel stupid because of all the Twitter and Instagram and YouTube comments. But like I said, to each their own, because it's just not for me. It's not for me. Luke Angelo, go sit down. Anyway, it's time for Carlos to let this. I agree. It's time for Carlos to let Love and Marriage Huntsville go. He was on social media the other day, I believe Twitter, saying what's the new city he should take Love and Marriage to, or was he saying a new city for the Bells? Either way, I could see a new city of BelleCollective, maybe a nice southern city where they have Southern Bells. I've been trying to get Memphis on the map. They too country in Memphis to be Belle. I don't know. They kind of country down there in Jackson too. But definitely, if we're gonna do another Love and Marriage, you already have DC, which I don't watch. You already have Detroit, which I don't watch. Why not try another city in Alabama? Why not try Montgomery? Or hell, why not take it to Atlanta, since everybody get on the show and want to move to Atlanta anyway? Look, I'm kind of over it. But anyway, I agree with you 100%, DM Rocks. I don't care nothing about Melody and Maurice. They aren't friends. Who cares? They're co-workers. And that's fine. Up next, I don't know if this was next, but the men met with Marquez. Marquez is a joke to me. Marquez is an ain't, I can curse now, an ain't shit person who walked out on his family and only walked back in when the cameras got to rolling. I just feel it in my heart that if Trish never got on a reality television show, that Marquez would still be in Atlanta shooting for the stars, trying to make all his dreams come true. Because I heard through the YouTube streets, allegedly, that he left his family to move to ATL because he wanted to be the next big thing out of ATL, singer, rapper, actress. I don't think a singer, but a rapper, not an actress. I'm not trying to be shady. I'm just talking fast. Somewhere in the entertainment field is why he left his family and moved to ATL. And I just 100% believe he would not be back if Trish didn't have reality cameras in their face. Because for someone who cares so much about his children, I'm triggered. I don't like this man parenting my children. You're always in Huntsville now when the cameras are up, but you're never with your children. You're with the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville trying to make a scene. And now Marquez has a crush on Mel and showed up to mimosas with Mel with flowers and wants to flirt and give foot rubs. Like, sir, this is scripted. Carlos, you couldn't come up with nothing better than this. Get this man and this family off my TV. I used to have a lot of respect for Ken and Trish, and I was willing to let them do their thing. But the more I see them, the more respect I lose for that whole situation. I feel like it's starting to turn into a Mia at Potomac type of thing. At the end of the day, Ken, those people are married. And I just look, the fact that you ain't pressing for a divorce, you're pressing to marry this woman, but you're not pressing her to sign any paperwork because that little one sheet of permission slip from the schoolhouse that she keeps signing in front of us, we just don't believe. You ain't gonna never believe me that a divorce is finalized with one sheet of paper. Period. Don't care. Ain't never had one, but I do got common sense. That's something I do have. Um, Chris and Martell is telling him something, and not Martell. It's too many Mars on the show. Martell, Marquez, Maurice. Y'all can't find any other letter names. Anyway, so one of the Mars is up here talking about I can't talk to you because you lying to me. You still love Trish. Who cares? All of y'all still love y'all partners, but y'all all want to step out on the side too. Y'all don't never love them enough. Why is it y'all love to be like, oh yeah, I still love them, but it's never I love them enough to not cheat. I love them enough to respect them. Not even I love them enough to respect them when the cameras is rolling. Marceau don't even respect his wife on camera. So I can only imagine how he treats her off camera, but it's never just enough. It's always I love them, but I'm still gonna do whatever I want to do. So you can keep that kind of love. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want my loves to have conditions to it. I want it to have rules and I want it to have respect. And if I can't have love and respect, you can go ahead and keep that. Go ahead and keep that. Get Marquez off my TV screen. I think the next thing we see is Mimosas with Mel. I like that name, Mimosas with Mel. I told them I live in California. They said they would pay for an apartment for me if I accept the offer. What offer? Oh, you got a random email from Bravo casting for Southern Charm. DM Rocks, I don't watch Southern Charm. I don't even know what that show is about. I barely watch the black people at the Martha's Vineyard, whatever they doing. Is that Southern Charm at the Martha's Vineyard? Bravo is starting to lose my attention. I feel like Hulu is taking over this Bravo lane because I'm telling you, the best reality television show that I probably seen this year outside of the Traders, but that's competition, is that damn Mormon Wives of Salt Lake, whatever it was called over there on Hulu. Them ladies was cutting up and it was entertaining, mostly because it was new people and a fresh story. But a lot of y'all are missing the mark with new people, fresh stories. We're tired of the Scotts and the Holts trying to figure out who cheating on who. I really don't care. I really don't care. Um, Mimosas with Mel. The one thing I noticed about Mimosas with Mel is we saw the real Martell. The secret lives of the Mormon wives. Yes. Thank you, Dion Rocks. And they get into season 2. And I'm reviewing season 2. I didn't have a chance to review season 1 because someone kind of just told me about it on a whim. And I think I binge watched it in a weekend. I can't remember their names. That damn one, I don't remember that lady name, but the one who exposed the sex parties and then got with some random man and told her mama she thought she was pregnant. And then by the end of the episode, she ended up going to jail for beating up that man. Allegedly, we don't know what happened, but it was a domestic charge. Then to turn around and her mom be like, "Oh, you dodged a bullet," just to turn around and get pregnant by that man again. Secret of the Mormon wives, that ish was good. I'm telling you, that ish was good. I think Whitney was the one whose husband was on Tinder and she moved out of state and she moved back and was like, yeah, he really was cheap. I don't know. All them ladies had a dramatic story and it was good. It was good. I will be reviewing season 2. But back to this, Mimosas with Mel. I feel like I got to see the real Marceau, and I feel like I'm really going to see the real Marceau next week. And I still don't like you though, Marceau. But I'm happy I got to see some realness because he came in there and said, "What's up to the millimeters? Y'all want a picture?" All them ladies wanted a picture with Marceau. I was shocked. I was amazed. I was like, y'all like Marceau in Huntsville? Like, y'all really? They was like, hey, do you just sound like he came in there, he had left Tisha at home. So I can tell how Marceau is when he's out at the club at night and he leave his wife at home. He seems very charming. He has that asshole charming personality where I can see him being just funny. He can make you laugh, but I still wouldn't want to be with, like, just because I've seen him on this show so much, I just don't see the appeal. But I saw the appeal at Mimosas and Mel. I said, okay, I see how he pulls the ladies because everybody wanted a picture with him. Everybody. I was shocked for everyone to talk shit about Mel, but they all showed up to her event. Carlos must have told them, you want to check this episode, show up to Mimosas with Mel. Because none of these people like Mel. They've all been talking shit about her in the confessionals, but they were all at the event outside of Martell, which I think that's for legal reasons. But whatever. They all showed up. They all gave fake support. You know, Marceau and Mel roasted each other at the end. He kind of threw Marquez in the face and he brought flowers. Trish and Ken in the corner trying to cash out the kids, but they ain't got no phone service. I ain't believe that for 1 second. I'm over this man trying to prove that he's father of the year with no biological children. Like, sir, it just seems like Marquez over there pulling a stunt, but y'all over here pulling a stunt too. Like, if you really care, you should have said, Marquez, your kids need $20. See if your cash app work. You know, but he's so busy. He over here doing stunts, but I'm trying to cash out these kids. These kids need some money. It couldn't have been that dire of an emergency because if it was and you really had no signal, you would have got up and went to where said kids were to handle whatever emergency cash app could not handle because you ain't have no service. So it wasn't that serious. Most parents give their children money when they know they're going out for the evening. Here, $20 for a pizza. Here, $30. You and your friends go to the movies, have a good time. Whatever the situation is, parents usually hook up the kids before they leave, not at said event. But whatever, I'm tired of Ken and Trish trying to make it seem like they're the most outstanding parents. Great. Don't care. Moving on. And like I said, I fast forwarded Nell at the end. I turned my TV off. I don't care nothing about her being a mentor. It was Taylor who went to jail. Okay. By season 2, I'll learn their names. Maybe. But I like the Mormon wives. But that was it for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Let me tell y'all, I cannot wait for next week. The preview for next week looks so freaking good. And for someone, Marceau is on my list of most hated reality star people. Like, I have a top 3, and I believe Marceau is 3. I think Shawnee and Evelyn tie for 1. Giselle Bryant is number 2, and Marceau is number 3. People I can't stand on my reality TV. But when I tell you next week I'm gonna go up for Marceau so bad, I don't even know the context of how this is coming out in the conversation. But when Marceau tells Martell, I'm better than you, understand, in every aspect of life, that's what you call a nice, calm, truthful read. That's where you hit somebody with the truth and they don't have anything else to do but get mad, because you can't argue with the truth. You can just get mad at the truth, and you can get upset and storm off like Martell is getting ready to do. But Marceau said, I am better than you. Understand? In every way of life. I can't wait for next week. I'm telling you, somebody posted that clip on Twitter. I think I reposted it because they was like, I watched this 25 times. I was like, girl, me too. Me too. I don't like neither one of their asses. But somebody needs to tell Martell, sir, you aren't shit. You can't pass the test to build houses. You can't do anything without somebody smarter than you helping you out. So at least Marceau could pass the test. So he's better than you. He was able to drop Schultz and do Scott Incorporated. Like, I don't even need the HO. Forget the HO Schultz. Let's just go ahead and do, or is it the OLT? Because whatever, y'all know, whatever. He said, I can get my builder's license on my own. Or at least my wife gonna stay around. She ain't gonna leave me. And because we don't know if it's Tisha the one who passed the test or whoever. Anyway, I don't care. I just can't wait for that next week. Mia should replace Giselle on that list. Absolutely not. A lot of you all are giving Giselle grace because Wendy wants to play the reality star game this season. For whatever reason, I'll be cussing all their asses out, Wendy. I ain't forgiving nothing. I'm not giving Giselle any grace because she's being nice this season, because she's being forced to, because they took her pit bull away. No, they need to stay on. If I was Wendy, I would have stayed on Giselle's neck all season because she doesn't have a pit bull. This lady Mia called your daughters whores to your face. And you had no comeback. I wouldn't even mind it if you would have stood up and slapped her in the face. You can't call people children whores and do nothing. Giselle is weak. Giselle is just a beautiful woman, and her looks have gotten her by all of her life. And I'm just not going to fall for it. I'm not going to be like, oh, Giselle is so nice. I like Giselle this season. Fuck Giselle. Don't care about her. But we ain't on Potomac yet. We got to get into what show come up next. I went out of order. I could have went out of order. But let's get into the Bells of the Collective. Because Mia is declassing the show. Wendy, Kiana, and Stacy are up her butt. DM Rock saved the Mia comments for the last one. Trust me, I'm gonna read Mia when we get to Potomac. Let's read a couple of people over here in Jackson real quick. I didn't go over season or part 1 of the reunion because I was on my way to damn Vegas. Part 1 of the reunion, the only thing I want to point out is, so Gucci, you started it. And your jealousy, have you ever just been around a person where their hatred and jealousy of someone just oozes out of their pores? That lady Selena is just sitting there. Selena is just sitting on the stage, minding her business. If you don't address her, she's not addressing you. But so Gucci's jealousy of Selena just oozing all into the atmosphere. You're a hater. I don't know what it is about Selena because, like you said, Selena made it perfectly clear this episode. Hey, Vita girl. Selena said, I could be sitting here in a paper bag, living in a cardboard box, and you would still be jealous of me. And so Gucci was like, yeah, it looked like you got on a paper bag now, proving said point. That lady looked absolutely beautiful. That lady, I don't know what it is about Selena. It could be pretty privileged because Selena is a beautiful woman. Not saying anybody else up there is not, but Selena is a beautiful woman. But she just has an it, kind of like how your husband, JJ, has an it factor. I think those two people from Bring It were just had a reality star it quality. And when Selena came on this show, she brought that it factor with her, and nobody cares about Soguchi. Nobody. We never cared about you. At the most, we cared about JJ. At the most, Angie only cared about JJ because I thought JJ was an entertaining character on Bring It. And when he came to BelleCollective, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit over here and laugh at JJ. I never cared about the wife. Still don't. And your jealousy and your hatred for this lady just breathing air makes you even more unlikable. So Gucci, but because you started it. All Carlos came out on the stage and was like, I'm happy. We're here with all the bells, very successful ladies. And you sitting up here like, not everybody up here is successful. Man, what kind of houses have you sold? You couldn't even get Tisha or whatever her name is when she was leaving Glenn in a fake apartment. You couldn't even get her to sign on a fake apartment lease. Ma'am, what houses have you sold? Because now you're talking about you're going to be a broker. You can't even get a listing to sell a house. How you going to be a broker's agent to get a listing? Ma'am, please. Be the kept woman that you are in them cheap ass shoes talking about my shoes more expensive than your house. Please. I ain't seen no red on the bottom of them shoes. Look like some plain ass Payless shoes that you got the sequins from your dress to match your shoes. And if your shoes were the most expensive thing you had on, that should be a shame because the dress, not so much. Burn it. Anyway, let's get into part 2 of the reunion. We got to see Dr. Antoinette. Do y'all think Dr. Antoinette is coming back? We know Soguchi. We're going to talk about it in a minute because I ain't got too much to say about this reunion. Dr. Antoinette, I would like to see her come back because the same oozing of jealousy that Gucci has for Selena is the same oozing of jealousy that Tisha has for Dr. Antoinette whenever she's on the stage. Look, I don't care that lady, if she lost her practice, sold her practice, whatever happened to her practice, at the end of the day, she's a doctor and she can always go clink, clink, clink in people's mouths somewhere else. Just because you lose or sell or whatever your practice doesn't mean the medical board stripped you of your doctorate degree. No, that lady can still clink, clink, clean, implant, drill out some cavities, root canal, whatever. She could still go work in people's mouth. What are you and your husband doing, Tisha? Now, apparently, Glenn did get a box truck. What is a box truck? Is that a regular semi truck? Is that what they call it? Is he riding what they call it, the CDL, whatever? Them people riding the big rigs up and down the highway. Is that a box truck? Because to me, a box truck sound like the milk truck, just one of them hatchbacks, and he riding around dropping off Amazon packages. Like, I don't look. Good luck. Good luck with your box truck. Good luck with your brunches. I don't see it. But whatever. Now, what happened next? Let's just go person by person because I'm going to get confused. Let's get the fight out the way because he brought all the men out to for the most part, just to discuss the fight. And like most of us said, y'all was cool in Vegas, and y'all Vegas, thinking about Vegas, New Orleans, y'all kind of squashed it. How did you get to your birthday party and want to ruin it? And what I don't like is how not Willie, what's these people's names? Glenn and Cliff made it seem like we was just joking until you said suck my bells. But if you never would have called that man a bell, he wouldn't have told you what to suck. That man came in there with respect. It was your birthday. Like he said, we thought we squashed all the beef in New Orleans. I extended my hand to you to shake your hand and say happy birthday, and you slapped it out the way. And from there was on bullshit. And then you went and said he got a hot young wife and you got Akeisha. How are we supposed to interpret that? I don't like when people say disrespectful shit and then when they get called out on it. I would never call a Black woman out of her name. I would never say anything. My mother is a Black woman. Your mama is also a Black woman, but you still cheat on your wife. You still disrespect women. You still feel like, I mean, what your mama have to being Black have to do with anything? You're still a disrespectful Black man. And we all knew what you were trying to say. You were trying to say that Cliff had this hot young wife that he can control. Sorry, Treese. That he can control. Like he said, women can't vote right. Treese, do you vote? He let you out the house on election day, girl. We don't know. That man is very controlling. He's very old-fashioned with his views of women. And because you have whatever kind of daddy issues that you have, Trees, you willing to sit around and put up with it. Why? I don't know. But that ain't none of my business. Once you get fed up enough, Trees, girl, you will leave. But I mean, you got to be fed up enough. I get the feeling Treese have one of them Ashley Darby prenups where if she leaves, she gonna get absolutely nothing. So, but girl, I thought you was the one making them. I mean, I know Cliff probably has his lump sum of money from whatever businesses he had, but I thought you was a bad bitch selling all the weave in the vending machines. And I know people who sell weave make money. So I can't understand the mindset of women who want to be with men that's living back in the 1950s. So I'm never going to understand it. I'm never going to understand it. But Trees, if you like it, I love it. You know, that's what we said. But anyway, I agree with you, Evita. Glenn was whack. We knew what you meant. You knew what you meant when you said it. It ain't had nothing to do with what Willie said because Willie came in there with respect. And I hate it when Tisha came out, well, show me them keys to Ferris Street. You ain't got them keys to Ferris Street. Look, she did way, even if she don't have the keys to Ferris Street, at least she got in the building. At least she got somebody down at City Hall to let her host a brunch there. At least she got to open up the doors so you could see inside of a building. You haven't done shit on Ferris Street, Tisha. I be getting my Tishas and Treeses mixed up. But Tisha, you ain't did nothing on Ferris Street. You couldn't even get the mayor to give you an appointment because he said, ma'am, you ain't got the check. We ain't wasting nan time. You ain't got nan cent to put it down here on Ferris Street. At least Akeisha got the door open. All you could do was give us a history lesson. At least Akeisha got a door open. But whatever, I don't care. When it comes down to that fight, I'm on Akeisha and Willie's side. The one thing that seems strange to me is this telephone situation. Especially, Akeisha, you can't. Now I find my iPhone. If I have a Find My iPhone and it pings at your house or your next door neighbor's house, ma'am, you have the iPhone. The iPhone is in your vicinity. Yes, production might have gave it to you. You ain't throw it out nan window like you told Marie, because then we would find the iPhone somewhere on said street. Yes, if you said you don't have a problem with Latrice and she's looking for Find My iPhone and it's in your vicinity, I don't understand why you didn't go knock on your neighbor's door and say, especially knowing that the nephew died. I could be a really cold-hearted bitch. I can be like, I don't give a fuck. If I don't fool with you, I don't give a damn what happened to you. I don't fool with you and I don't care. I can't be like that. I can. But for the most part, I'm really nice. And if I come to you and say, I don't have any problems with you, my problem was with your friend Tisha, and you come to me and say, my nephew died. Production accidentally gave you his phone. I pinged it on Find My iPhone, and it's either at your house or your neighbor's house. Can you please ask around and look for it? I don't understand why you didn't do that. Because by the sounds of it, you and Willie, I believe is your husband, was back there rolling your eyes. Y'all didn't give a damn about that young man's phone. And even when they was like, and he died, Willie was rolling his eyes. So it's some assholishness in your husband too. When people die, I usually have some kind of sympathy. And I might grant some kind of grace. And I would have tried to at least look for the phone. It sounds like you knew you had the phone at some point and you threw it or got rid of it. And I guess the SIM card fell out in your backyard somewhere. I don't know. Trees, some people don't even live at that house. Just go on over there and knock on the realtor's door or whoever they renting it from and say, can I look for my phone? I don't know. Go and knock on the neighbor's door. And I don't know. If the phone meant that much to you, pull up to where you find it at with the police. Because the police will pull up with you if you be like, look, the phone is here. And go find the phone. I don't know. I just wish the phone situation wouldn't have happened because I would have helped you find your dead nephew's phone. I probably would have. If it pinged at my house, I would have at least looked around and say, girl, I don't know why it's pinging here. It's not here. I don't see it, but whatever. What else happened? Treese and Marie hugged it out. Let's just talk about the future of BelleCollective since we're here. Now that Akeisha and So Gucci have quit, they will not be back for season 6. I'm happy that Treese and Marie are friends. I'm tired of whatever happened season 1. They're still arguing over it. I was over that. I'm happy that both ladies can see that for this show to progress, we have to move on. Nah, bitch, if you do something else to me, the beef can be back up. But for right now, we're going to move on. We're going to be cordial. When y'all, I don't know about y'all, but when Treese and Marie are in a good place and they're laughing and cordial, they're fun together. And I like watching them together. I don't like watching them argue about foolishness. And I think both of y'all, as much as y'all might not like Dr. Antoinette, whatever, she's right. Tisha is the messy one in the collective. She's the one willing to be Mia Thornton and say and do and put up with whatever to keep this show a-going. If you two can block out the mess from Tisha, I think y'all could go forward a lot more forward. But anyway, we're only down to Selena with no So Gucci. Selena, you got to bring it. I ain't even trying to do that. Selena, you got to bring it, man, because you ain't going to have nobody to argue about my daughter's this and you jealous of me that. We ain't going to care. So Gucci ain't going to be there. So what you might going to bring, I don't know. Your fiance seems like he hates reality television. He just here to help you out, which is fine. But these men are messy. And your fiance don't give me he about to get down in the gutter with Cliff and Glenn. So I just hope you can bring something. Plan a wedding, something, Selena, but I hope you bring it. Go ahead and fire Tambra. Carlos, go ahead and let Tambra go. I know you just lost 2 bells, but go ahead and let go another one. Tambra brings absolutely nothing to the show. She had a whole baby that she fought for, and didn't she have to do special things? And then she was unconscious in the like. We didn't know anything about Tambra in her life. She didn't even talk about that baby. We saw one picture where the baby looked just like the daddy, and that was it. And I could understand protecting your baby. You might not want your baby in all the cameras and all of that. I could understand, but you didn't even talk about what it's like to be a new mom, what it's like being with Greedy full time with the family. Like, Tamra brought absolutely none into her. We didn't even get to see Tamra and Marie make up. They took that shit off camera and then came back and said we fixed it. So go ahead and fire Tamra. Let her stay on the radio. Good luck with your baby. Go ahead and keep Treese, Tisha, Marie. They'll be the OGs. Selena is now there. And really, you just need 2 more bells. I know we getting rid of 3, but just bring back 2 more. 6 is enough. I would like to see Marie have a real friend on the show. Maybe Marie could be the one to introduce a new belle, one of her cousins. Marie, you ain't got no cousin that got anything going on with themselves that you ain't employed. Maybe Marie could bring a cousin. I don't need another Tisha. Maybe Selena can bring another friend. I don't know. I'm sure it's some successful people in Jackson. And we can make it work. But BelleCollective is over. They'll be back probably sometime next year. I heard they're getting ready to start filming in a few months because we heard everybody got their call letters, but they're probably going to hold on filming until they get the cast together. But we know they're coming back. Let's get into the last show. Definitely the least. Which picture I want to use? Not that one. Let's use this one. Real Housewives of Potomac. Jesus. This has to be the slowest season in life. Y'all done went to a beautiful lake house somewhere in the Carolinas. I was bored. Y'all now in Panama, a city I've never seen. And I would love to see more of it, but you all are boring there. Like, Karen, when you gonna start reading Wendy, and Stacey, when you gonna start snitching? Because we need to pick this up. The ladies are in Panama. They ain't doing much of nothing. I don't even remember how to. Mia don't know where her kids at, but she not concerned enough to get on the phone and call said kids because I know said kids have cell phones. I know her children have cell phones. Mia, please stop playing with your children for TV storylines. I don't care. I don't care because I'm 100% with Ashley and 100% with Karen. If there was ever said time that I dropped my children off, number one, I'm gonna say it how I mean it, how I feel it. I don't know if it was your mama or Jacqueline's sister, whichever one it was nannying your children at said time. They're not shit. Because how dare you? How dare you drop your children off at your family's house? And Gordon shows up and says, "Give them to me," and they gave them to him. Like he would have had to come with a police and you have full custody. I don't believe that. How did you get full custody? Y'all don't even have y'all separation shit together. How do you have full custody? It's no way Gordon could show up at my family house. I'm speaking for me, father or not, saying, "Give me them kids," when I drop them off and my family know I'm out the country. My family knows that this man, according to you, Mia, we ain't got none of his medical records, but according to you, is bipolar and has consistent manic episodes. It's no way my family is just giving that man them kids. And I ain't saying, well, if Gordon stopped by to come pick him up, it's cool. It's no way. Your family ain't shit. Jacqueline family ain't shit. Whoever gave Gordon them kids is not shit. That's why I don't believe none of the story that you're talking about. Because most people, families that are helping protect said kids, nannying, ain't just letting the daddy come up and be like, "Oh, you could. Oh, well, the daddy here. I guess they can go." And ain't now one of the family members call you first and be like, "Gordon here. Is it okay for the kids to go with Gordon?" Nothing. They just gonna tell you Gordon came and we gave him to him. We don't know where he took him, but you know, he the daddy. We gave him the kids. It doesn't make sense. And if it's not doesn't make sense, it's probably not true. Judge Judy say it all the time. People just don't go out in the world. I mean, some people do, but most people don't go out in the world and do stupid shit, especially when it comes down. I mean, we just talking about Mia and Jacqueline and her family. We see how they raised you. But anyway, moving on. Moving on. So Mia is crying, breaking down. I hit fast forward because I didn't want to see that lady fake cry with no tears. So I hit fast forward while she was crying in the bathroom and Jacqueline was giving her the woo woo woo. I ain't care nothing about that. She comes back and tell all the ladies, and like Ashley said, you wasn't on the first flight out here. It's no way. I call my babysitter or my babysitter calls me and say Gordon picked up the kids and we don't know where they took them. I'm on the first flight home. In the first place I'm going is to Jacqueline's sister house and whooping her ass for even giving Gordon my kids in the first place. It'll be okay. We called and he picked up. It just doesn't make sense. So Gordon went to pick up the kids from where they were perfectly happy to drop them off at some other parents, foster parents' house where they're continuously perfectly happy. And he went off to Martha's Vineyard on his own vacation, but he just wanted it with the kids with his babysitter, not yours. To me, Mia, that says something wrong with your mama or Jacqueline's sister if Gordon don't trust the kids with them. I can't go down Mia's rabbit hole of lies. We know Mia is a liar. Like Karen and Ashley both said this happened to us and immediately we was up the street. That didn't necessarily happen to me, but there have been instances where the drop-off times or the meetup times got changed from what was agreed upon in our parenting schedule. And there have been times when I've drove 4 or 5 hours up the highway to pick up my son because this is said time. Okay, we can't meet halfway, but F you, you know. But yeah, I just agree. Most parents ain't just in another country. I wonder if the kids are okay. If I don't hear from my kids in the next hour, I guess I'll get on the plane. Ma'am, as soon as I ain't heard from my kids, I'm on the flight. The man is crazy. Per you, Mia. Immediately, I'm on the flight. There's a manic, bipolar man acting crazy, treating me like shit on a continuously basis, then stole the children from where I dropped them off. Immediately, I'm at the airport looking for said children. I'm not on camera fake crying. If I don't hear from them in an hour, I guess I'll go. I mean, in an hour, anything could have happened. I would have called, said, especially if you have the paperwork that says you have full custody and them kids supposed to be where you said they were, and the daddy came and picked them up and took them somewhere unknown. I would have called the first 911, go find my children and go get Gordon and put him up. And I need to go find out where my kids are, put out the Amber Alert, and let's go find them. Lord, Kimberly, what? Jacqueline's sister went to jail for failing to watch a child. Like I said, look how Mia was raised. We can't believe everything Mia said. Anyway, let's move on. I don't forgot what else happened in the episode because I'm just tired of Mia lying. Giselle was up in the episode line too. We gonna get to it. I noticed Mia was fake crying on the bus ride, and Karen was rolling her eyes the entire time, like, okay, now you can't find the kids. At first, the kids begging for you not to get a divorce and all this, and now you can't find them. Now you say you can't find the kids, then when you find them, they jumping off rocks at the swimming pool, having a good time. We just don't believe nothing Mia say. The ladies went shopping. The ladies bought Wendy hosting gifts. Waste their money because Wendy said, I ain't putting this hat on my head and I ain't putting it on my daughter's head neither. The banana bongs are cute. But I want to get me some of that happy Eddie. Everybody keep asking for it whenever it's time to have a party. When I was in Vegas, I ain't seen no happy Eddie. Where can we find the happy Eddie at, Wendy? I'm sure we can't get it across state lines. Um, I guess I'm gonna have to come to DC to find the happy Eddie, but they got them some kind of banana ashtray or something. I don't know, understand what the banana had to do with it. Okay, cute. So, did they do lunch? I recall Ashley got upset with Mia. She said it's hard to be friends with Mia. I agree. It's hard to be friends with somebody that constantly lies. And not only friends with someone that constantly lies, it's hard to be friends with someone that's constantly going through something and you constantly got to rub their back. I'm so sorry. Like, it could be my personality. I can't handle it. I'm not the type of person that is good with the woo woo woo. Like, I don't mean any disrespect. I'm just not. When people start crying and breaking down, I start shutting down. Like, I don't know how to help you. I don't have that therapy. It's not that I'm not sympathetic or empathetic. I just freeze up and I'm like, okay, like, I'm a good listener. I'll sit there and let you vent. I'm not a touchy feely person, so I don't want to give you a hug. I'm the wrong person to break down in front of. No disrespect. I'm just the wrong person. So having a friend that's constantly in a state of always going through something, I'm going to be the type of friend that gets tired of hearing it really quick. But Ashley said I'm tired of, because see, what I don't like about Mia is, of course, you would call Giselle daughters whores, but you call Giselle daughters whores. You want to put Giselle's daughter's business on camera, and then you double down on it. And then when people are like, you want us to feel some kind of way for you, but you did this with the children and you have no care or concern. She's like, I don't care. I have too much going on. I don't like people like that either. I don't like people who feel like because they going through something, they can be a bitch to other people. Because let me tell you something, I don't give a damn what you're going through. I'm never going to give you license to be a bitch to me. I'm never going to give you a pass to be disrespectful, because when I'm going through, I'm not going to disrespect you. And if I do, I will apologize, because especially if I don't mean any ill intent. And the fact that you, number one, we don't even believe you really going through. We believe you lied. And you still can't even apologize. And then when you get to the dinner table, well, Giselle, I apologize to you in private. No, bitch. You disrespected my children in public on camera. You're going to apologize to me and my children. This is the only time I would have rolled for Giselle talking about you need to apologize on camera. A lot of that other time when Giselle be putting on for apologies, I don't be giving a damn. But this time, yes, you call my children whores on camera, so you need to apologize on camera. You need to let the world know that you're sorry. But anyway, I think they had a dinner. No, I think in the car, Kiana was talking about her man. I don't care. I don't care about Kiana. And is her man named Eddie? Two? Is it two Eddies? I don't care nothing about that man. And I don't care nothing about TJ taking his shirt off and Stacy getting all hot and bothered. Stacy, go find you somebody that you can screw. We don't believe that you're with TJ either. Get this fakeness off of our TV screen, Stacy, because you one of the ones I want to stick around. I want Stacy to stick around. She's a good bone carrier. I like Stacy. She brought up Kiana suing Deborah. I don't care. I don't care. Is that the new thing? We're gonna fight on reality TV and start suing people so we can't talk about said fight because now it's legal issues. Like, please. Candace tried that with Monique. If Candace couldn't get it off and Monique had whooped Candace ass, nobody else is gonna get it off. I'm not gonna see it happening. Especially like that lady don't have no money. But I do agree with Kiana. I don't give a damn. She better come up with some money. Every tax return she filed, every refund check will be mine until she pay it off. I'm not mad because that lady did come in there on one, but Kiana ain't have to get into it. They should have let Candace fight that battle herself. Let Candace go to jail for hitting that lady upside the head with that bottle. Anyway, moving on from that, because that lady wasn't coming for you, Kiana. But I'm happy you stood up for Candace, but that lady wasn't coming for you. I think last and definitely the least was that final dinner. I'm trying to remember what happened because I ain't care enough about the episode to take notes. Oh, let's get to what Giselle lied about. Now, because I tweeted about it. Because I was like, Giselle, I know you lying. Let me see what I said. I don't forget. I gotta go to my Twitter. Lord, I done turned on Twitter and I got a video of Robin up here dancing. Ain't nobody want to see Robin do no TikToks. Oh God. Y'all on Twitter asking for Robin to come back because I did listen to the 60-second clip of Giselle and Robin talking about Karen's DUI when what they call them, the chest cams, whatever them police cams, the videos came out. And Robin let it be known, and I agree with what Robin said. She was like, I know this Karen. None of what Karen did on them videos surprised me because they know drunk Karen. They know Karen who been with Thomas Jefferson, the concubine. They know that Karen. So she was like, I wasn't really surprised that she was saying or doing any of that stuff. And Robin didn't really read Karen down the way I thought the ladies would be laughing. Cause like Giselle was like, it's really sad. I was expecting Robin and Giselle to go in. Now, mind you, I only listened to the 60-second clip that somebody put on Twitter. I don't go looking for their shady podcast at all. I wouldn't be able to tell you where to find it. But it does seem like the ladies have been talking about drunk Karen for a long time, and this is what Karen do. And this is why Karen doesn't drink on camera, because she doesn't want to get that way on camera. But I do feel like it is extremely sad that they was making fun of, because Robin was like, I was waiting for the vindication. All I seen was the guilt. I seen the guilty verdict. I ain't seen no vindication. Agreed. Karen, you can't get that drunk to where you forget what you did in said video. And the whole time you like, oh, I'm about to be vindicated. And the whole time you was on these police cameras showing your entire ass. No, ma'am, Karen. No, ma'am. But we ain't going back to that. We already talked about Karen and her video. I said all that to say what I'm supposed to be looking at what Giselle lied about. They was talking about, I remember, they were talking about couples vacations and experiencing a couple's vacation, early, sooner than later. And I agree. Traveling with people is hard. I am a hard person to travel with because I'm ready to get there. I don't like looking at the sights. I don't like strolling along. If I'm on a car ride and it's a 6-hour car ride, I like to beat the GPS. If the GPS say I can get there in 6 hours, I want to get there in 5.5. If it's time to get gas, I only want to get gas. You better run into the bathroom, grab you a snack, because I'm not trying to sit down and have no dinner on the road. I'm trying to get there. When I'm at the airport, I want to get to the airport 2 hours in advance. That's what they say. I don't have the pre-check. I don't like to fool around. I want to get through the TSA and sit down and wait on my flight and be done. So when I get to said hotel, I'm a little bit like Marlo. Not saying I'm packing shoes and purses to decorate my hotel room, but I do like to unpack my bag and spread my shit out like I'm at home. I want to put it all over the room, in the drawers, in the closet, on the shelf. And then I'm a water person. Like, and if you don't like water activities, you're probably not going to have fun on vacation with me. And I am a little bit of a brat. Like, I am an itinerary girl. I like I don't like to go on vacation and go, oh, going on vacation and going with the flow will drive me insane. It will drive me insane. I will plan out every hour of the day, at least where we're going to eat and what excursions and activities we're going to do. I might leave a couple of hours open for free time, shopping, whatever. But on vacation, I am an itinerary girl. I'm planning everything out. So go with the flow. People probably won't have a good time on vacation with me. And what else? I am a little bit selfish on vacation because I like to do what I want to do. And over the years, I am becoming open to asking people what kind of things they like to do because I have a really good set of friends and I feel like friend circles are set up for perfect reasons where I have the type of friends that are like, Angie, you plan it, tell us how much and we're going to go. So they don't really care what we do. They just want me to plan it, organize it, tell them how much, they pay for it and they show up. I like those type of friends. But every so often people be like, but I want to do this and I want to do that. And I'm like, ooh, but I don't want to do that. And I have to be open to letting everyone get their ideas and their, the things they want to do out there too. I'm talking too much about nothing. But anyway, Giselle was saying she went on a vacation to Puerto Rico with said man. And they were not getting along. They despised each other. They just was not a good fit. And he left the vacation early, but not before he paid. And I said, okay, well, maybe he's a gentleman and he just, most of the time, can we be honest? Most of the time when you show up to a resort in Puerto Rico, a hotel or whatever, you don't put the credit card on the account and they done already held the money. So it's not like y'all went somewhere and you pay at the end, you pay up front anyway. So she trying to make a flex like, but he paid for me to stay and he left. Like, ma'am, he probably put his credit card down when y'all checked in said room and he just left early and continued to pay the bill. Whatever. Who cares? But where Giselle got to lying is what she say. He left your ass in a foreign country because he despised you so much, but then you got in a confessional saying, and he still want to be with me to this day. Man, what does he want to be with? What is it about you that he wants to be with that he left you in Puerto Rico? He despised you so much and despised your company so much that he left the country. He went back to, Puerto Rico is technically America, but he went back to wherever, Potomac, wherever he lived. He left that country to get away from you. But once he gets back to America, he still want to be with you. Ma'am, please. Ma'am, please. It's a Giselle on every corner. My sister is bright skinned with green eyes and light brown hair. Like, it's a Giselle all up and down the United States. What is it about her that's so special? You aren't the only one. Giselle needs to realize you're not the only one. I feel like because you grew up in a time where people used to bow down to what they call the yellow bones with the green eyes and the light color hair, ma'am, it's a million of y'all on every street corner. It's not, I think Giselle needs to get out of that mindset. She really does. But whatever, Giselle at the table line, everybody else at the table line. Kiana is building a house with her man. I don't care. Girl, I don't care. Let's get into the future of the show. Let's go ahead and wrap up with Tommy. I really need Karen to go ahead and have a couple of drinks and start reading Wendy so Stacy can snitch. But I feel like Wendy is on a forgiveness tour. She ain't gonna be too mad at Karen, I don't think. But let's go ahead and wrap this season up. Um, I don't care what Robin is talking about on Twitter. I don't want Robin back on this show. Robin, get prepared come Thursday. I feel like the Robin reads are about to be back in effect because you know Robin will be on Traders, and we do love us some Traders. Girl, you better get on this show and turn it around. If Robin gets on the show and actually plays the game and is vocal in the game and really starts finding Traders, I might have a change of opinion. But I really expect Robin to be Sheree 2.0, just there, just there and not going home because we know you ain't a traitor and we know you're faithful. So you could just sit over there in the corner. She ain't even gonna bring no good outfits. I don't even know why y'all cast Robin, but anyway, we gonna see what Robin do come Thursday. Um, but don't bring Robin back. I don't want to see Charisse. I kind of feel the same way about Potomac that I feel about Huntsville. It's time for new stories. These people aren't it. Wendy, I love you. I like you, Wendy. Cute fashions. Wendy doesn't have the reality TV it for me. To me, Wendy could be an Instagram model. When Wendy is on Instagram and that hair and makeup and them outfits be just right, like why can't you bring Instagram to the show? Because that little short yellow wig where y'all talking about 613s, Wendy retire your 613 too. Why we trying to get Mia to retire her 613? I agree with Stacy. The only one that needs the 6, the 1, and the 3 is Karen. Everybody else put them on the shelf. I know Giselle wears blonde, but her blonde is more of like a strawberry reddish blonde, and I like that shade on Giselle. But them Karen wigs, all of y'all need to. Ashley, Mia, and Wendy, burn y'all 613s. Put them in the trash. Put them in the trash. Donate them to Karen, whatever y'all want to do. Just don't put them on y'all heads no more. I'm so happy Stacy called that out because, ooh, Mia, that wig look a fool. It do look a fool, just like you look a fool on these TV screens. Oh, I forgot. Mia and them and Jacqueline alluded to sharing more than one man, and that Ink might be one of the men that they have shared. At this point, I can't look at them any worse. Why not share? Why not? Is Ink the baby daddy? Because y'all know Jacqueline is pregnant, right? Is that why Mia stopped following Ink? Is he the baby daddy? Did y'all share a little bit too much? Look, I don't know. I don't care. I ain't really got nothing else to say about this show. Cancel it. Let it go. Andy, find another Black people city. We over Potomac because I love the Grand Dame down. I don't know if Karen has thick enough skin. We will see. If Karen show up to this reunion, she can come back next season. But I don't know if Karen got thick enough skin for what might be coming her way because, ooh, Ashley, that damn Mia, Jacqueline, she already tried you with heart-shaped balloons. They're getting ready to drag you at this reunion, Karen, and I don't know if you could really handle it. We shall see. But let's go ahead and get this season over with. I'm already tired of these ladies. I guess from now on, Weekend in Reality will just be Huntsville and Potomac until some more shows come out. You all know Traders starts this Thursday. I'm getting ready to text the Traders panel now to see if Fridays are a good day for us to do our panel for Traders. We are doing Traders Fantasy. I'm going to do a special Traders Fantasy video tomorrow. And I think I'm going to do a Traders Fantasy party either tomorrow night or it'll be tomorrow night or Wednesday night because Traders does come on Thursday. And we're going to get into Traders. I know we got Selling New York is on Netflix, but I'm probably not going to review Selling New York. I'm probably just going to watch it. But a lot of stuff is coming back. The Drag Race panel is back. It's Saturday nights. We did our first panel this past Saturday, and it was on House of D, his channel. I'm trying to think of what else is coming up. Young, Rich, and African is coming back, and I believe me and Ebby will be reviewing that. Ready to Love will be back in about a month, February 7th. Ready to Love has been on the shelf long enough to where I miss it. I'm ready for these people to play in our face. But I'm ready for Ready to Love to come back. What else is coming back in January? The Upshaws will be back, but I don't review the Upshaws. I forgot what's on my list. Oh, the Challenge All-Stars 5 will be back in January. So it's a lot of things coming up. I know if you're watching Weekend and Reality, you might like more of the reality shows instead of the competition shows. So if there's a reality show out there you want me to watch and review, please let me know. I do plan on checking out From Wags to Riches, which is old girl from Selling, Tampa, who was engaged to Ocho Cinco. I believe her name is Sherelle or Chanel. I'm bad with names, but I'll get it together. She is coming to Netflix with Wags to Riches. I'm hoping it's a fresh story. I'm hoping I'm going to check that out, and I'm going to review that because at least it's new people, new sets of cheating, whatever. Who all know what's going on. But we're going to watch Wags. Oh, that's going to be a tongue twister. Wags to Riches. We're going to check that out. But again, if you hear of anything else, let me know. I'm willing to check it out. I have a goal this year, 2025, of multiplying this channel by 10. I'm at 1,200 subscribers, a little bit over 1,200, and I want to get to 10,000. Why not? Why not? I'm back with the makeup videos. You will see more story times and get ready with me's. I'm probably not going to do a video a day. I don't want to overextend myself or overpromise. But I do plan to get the content back up and flowing to where you all will have multiple videos to click on when it's time to click on the videos for Kiss My Cheeks TV. And if you love the channel, you love the content, please follow me on all social media. I know the faves of the channel, they follow me and they send me stuff in the DMs. I don't mind if you do that. I try to incorporate that into my content, but also subscribe to the channel. If you're on Twitter and you follow me on Twitter, come over to YouTube and follow me on YouTube. I am trying to get the channel to 10,000 by the end of 2025. That's my goal. I don't want to say at least 5,000 because then I feel like I'm cutting myself short. Like I want to get to 10,000. I'm going to try to do some big things, try to get it together, be on the lookout for Kiss My Cheeks TV. But with all that being said, I'm about to get off of here, and you all know my schedule by now that Tuesday is my office day. So I do have to get up a little bit extra early on Tuesdays to get into the office. And as my resolution is every year, I'm going to get back in the gym. I've been promising to get back in the gym for at least 2 months now. Just not only because for health reason, but because it just makes my body feel so much better when I'm working out. I don't feel stiff. Like I feel more loose and free and comfortable. So I do plan on getting back in the gym this week as well. I plan on maybe doing some health. Everything can be content. If you like it, click on it. If you don't, I'll see you in the next video. But with that being said, I'm about to get off of here and get prepared for tomorrow. Y'all have a great night, a safe night. I will see y'all tomorrow for the traders content. Be on the lookout for the upcoming new shows and the upcoming schedules. I'll holler at y'all later. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.